Hi there, I'm Sean. And well, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. And I do a lot of thinking a lot about myself, about how I've changed in the past 2 or 3 or 6 months. And every so often I do that. And I track how I've changed and who I've become. I've done that since I was about 16. But something I've not really ever done is go back further than 16. Is go back and properly think about aspects of myself that I've never changed. Aspects of myself that if I lost them, if they were gone, if just one day I woke up and I didn't have those anymore, I think I'd be a very different person, and I think people's perception of me would change a lot. And that thing I've been thinking about is self acceptance. I've always had a strong sense of self acceptance. I've always accepted myself for irrefutable facts about myself. My hair is brown, I'm colourblind, I like comics and games and movies and TV shows. And while I'm also bisexual, that's something I realised a couple of years ago. 2 or 3. I'm not really sure. It wasn't a big event for me. And when I came out, it wasn't even really a coming out. I was One day I was thinking to myself, and I was like, I quite like that guy. I fancy him. And I went, well, I definitely like women. So I sat and I thought to myself for a bit, and I was like, am I bisexual? And I spoke to a couple of my close friends, and yeah, sounds like it might be. Take some time to figure this out. And well, I did. For a couple of months, I kept it to myself. It never really weighed me down. It was always something I would just think about in the back of my mind, like, I don't know. Figured out I was. And then when people asked, they found out. You know, after that, it was just a matter of it coming up in conversation. And now I bring it up as cheap jokes. You know, me being colourblind was always more important to me. And so I've been thinking, I think that's because I've not really lived with it. It's never really affected me. I've always been colourblind for as long as I can remember. And well, annoyingly, people say you're faking it. People don't believe you're colourblind. It annoys me. It really annoys me when people say that. But it's something I don't really hear very often anymore. And not many people say it. Only really stupid people believe it, I think. And so, I've been thinking, why all of a sudden am I caring a lot about being bisexual? And I know exactly why. Recently, about a month ago, not even, I found out I was called the F word. Someone I used to be mates with doesn't like me anymore. I'm not really sure why. I found out from a mutual friend that he called me the F word. And it really annoyed me. And it didn't sadden me though. It didn't make me feel ashamed. It didn't make me feel upset or wish I wasn't bisexual. All it done was anger me. And so I've been thinking, that's because I have that strong sense of self acceptance. Being bisexual never really affected me until then. And so I'm thinking now, where does this self acceptance come from? And well, I know I didn't get it from my parents. Growing up, I was very reclusive. I kept to myself. Until I was about 3 or 4, I didn't even really talk to my parents. I only really spoke to my sister, maybe my little cousin. And so I can't have really gotten it from them. If I had it from that young, I think I got it from other places. Up until I was even 12 or 13, I kept to myself a lot. I was very quiet, very reclusive. So I'm thinking, where did I get that from? There are things I got from my parents. Sense of humour, interest, just general patter. But I'm thinking, where has this come from? This is something that's always been a part of me. I'm thinking, I think it stems from the very things that I'm self-accepting about. Movies, TV shows and comics. And specifically, my favourite cartoon from when I was a kid. My favourite fictional characters who I strongly keep up with their comics to this day, characters who I've got an entire log dedicated to cataloguing all the comics that I own and that I need to get, all the way from 1964 until 2020. Well, those are the X-Men. Characters who the message has always been accept other people and accept yourself. Characters who were created in the 60s to represent people typically shoved down by society, people who may not necessarily accept themselves because they're black or gay or Muslim. And those characters have always been very strong with me. I've always stuck with them. And I really just want to thank Marvel, thank Jack Kirby, thank Stan Lee, thank TV and comics in general for instilling that in me, giving me that strength. So that when I was called that for the first time, so that when I was coming out, I never had any problems. I never felt bad about myself. I never had any worries about it. So thank you. And keep going strong for the next generation. Bye.